Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so this time we're getting into the settings. So you're going to go back to the same place where we created the Apple ID. So let's go ahead and find that. All right, settings icon. If you forgot what it looks like, here it is. And like I said, you can always look for the name below the app. So let's go ahead and open it up. All right, so I'll give you a brief overview of what settings is all about. Settings, it's pretty much where you go to mess around with the general software of the iPad, right? Kind of mess around how you interact with things, how things look. Uh, you can find out different details about the iPad itself, and just do a lot of stuff. So uh, let's get right into it. So for one, let's. I almost forgot. It always starts you off in general, in the general tab. So when you look on the left hand side of the screen, there's a bunch of different options. See, even has all the apps that are downloaded onto the iPad. But we won't worry about those for right now. So it starts you off in general. And in general, you can find things out about the iPad. So on the right hand side, oh, and also will tell you what tab you're in when you look on the top right hand side, in the middle of the screen somewhat, general, and whatever tab you're on, when you tap it, it will turn blue. Right. So if I click Control Center, turns blue. Click General, turns blue. All right. So first things first, let's talk about. So about, you can change the name of your iPad. Right. You can leave it as iPad if you like. It tells you what software version you're on. Tells you what model the iPad is, model number, serial number. None of this stuff you can change except for the actual name. You can mess with the warranty and stuff. I wouldn't recommend that. All right, so general, go back. And you may be interested in this software update. So when you get an update, uh, I recommend getting updates just for the upgraded security. Uh, I'm not quite sure how often Apple brings out an update. I believe maybe like once a month or once every 2 months, but that's just to update security, uh, new little gimmicks and stuff like that. Nothing that'll actually hurt you. All right, and you can set it to automatic. So most of the iPads are set to automatic, or I believe they come set to automatic. And if it's not set that way, you can always turn it on, or if you want to turn it off and do it at your leisure, you know, just uh just tap these two things and turn them off. So boom, boom. Well, there you go. Tap download off. But I'm going to leave mine on. Let's go back here. And you won't really have to mess with too much of this stuff. I would recommend, if you do want to turn off your iPad by coming to settings, tap that shutdown button. But other than that, don't mess with the transfer or reset iPad. Just go ahead and leave that alone. That's more problems than you want to deal with. All right. So let's come over here to the left-hand side. I want you to look at display and brightness. So if you find that an iPad might be, I don't know, too dark for you, you can turn the brightness up here. You can't really see it on my, you can see it in the camera. See how bright the screen got? I'm going to turn that back down because that's too much for me. And you can also change it from light mode to dark mode. Bada bing, bada boom. So even if it's still too bright or you just prefer to have it black, you can do that. And you can also set it to automatic. So it's late right now. So it's kind of late at night. So mine turned to dark automatically, but I'll put it back in the light mode for now. All right. And you can also change auto lock. So auto lock is when the iPad goes back to the screen being completely dark and you have to press a button to turn it back on. That's what that basically means. So you can set it from 2 minutes, 5, 10, 15, or never. I recommend 5, maybe 10, but that's just me because I'll come back to it long before 10 minutes. So, okay, personal preference. But then there's also at the bottom, if you can see it, bold text and text size. So if you want to increase the size of the text, boom, that's the most immediate available size up. But normally it will start you out here, up, but we set them second to the highest. And there's even an option to get it even larger, which might be a bit of work getting to, but I'll try that out in a second for you. All right, so now we're gonna go just under here, excuse me, and go to home and dock. Boom. So all the iPads should be set to use larger app icons. So if that's not on, go ahead, turn it on. It'll make it easier for you to see which apps are which, right? And to read the fine print. I know it can be kind of difficult to see because it's so light and depending on the background, but I digress. All right, draw your eyes back to the left-hand side. Speaking of backgrounds, let's click wallpaper. So you can change the wallpaper if you have pictures or decide to take pictures on your iPad or download some. All right, now eyes back to the left-hand side of the screen. We're going to click on the accessibility here. And so remember when I said you can still further increase the text size? Look on the right-hand side. The third option is display and text size. So go ahead and click on that. And when you tap bigger text, larger text, bring it up one more time. But if you tap larger accessibility sizes, boom, it gives you an even larger size. Now for me, this is way out too much, but for someone else, it might suit them just fine. So I'm going to turn that off automatically and go back here. All right. And if you would like to, you can also turn on increase contrast. It'll just make things a little bit darker, in quotations, darker. Just it makes things stand out a bit more. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the settings. Over here on the left-hand side, whenever it asks you about an app, let's say, I don't know, let's say DC301. Let's say it needs some, let's find a better one. No. Let's try Zone. So let's say you forgot to, or you misclicked something and you need to turn on the, let's say microphone accessibility or what have you, or you don't have the option to allow anyone to hear you in the meeting, but you can hear everyone else. It could be that you didn't allow Zoom access to your microphone. So you just come here, it'll be off like this. You just tap it, bada bing, bada boom. Simple and easy. But what I would recommend is calling us at the help desk just in case, just to be safe, make sure that's really the issue. And if you don't know the help desk number, I do. It is 202-800-6868. Again, 202-800-6868. Really straightforward, easy to remember. Till next time, hopefully I'll hear from you and see what wonderful things you guys are doing with your iPad. Bye-bye.